Reggae interviews. Word sound power.
In the beginning of Mighty Crown's career, very beginning after World Clash, winning World Clash, they clashed Rodigan. Rodigan was their first clash, other than Jara, right? And they lost. And we lost
because of the dubplate.
Excuse me, we lost because, in the midst of a shoulder-to-shoulder venue, it was one of the rhymes dances that I've been in modern times at that time, right? Wyclef, all I seen was, big, what do you call it? Security guards coming through when the crowd being parted, and this guy steps on stage with fur coat on, big black fur coat on, and I'm looking, and it's Wyclef, and Wyclef comes to the dance. He had the #1 song in the country at the time. It was Carlos Santana, Maria Maria. He hands the dub plate already cut and everything to David Rodigan. All David had to do is play the dub. David played the dub instantly. There was nothing else that we could do to go around David, and that was it, right? And we were pissed. We were pissed. When I say we were pissed, because at one point we felt like we had David. We had him in a corner, but there's no coming back from a celebrity.
Nope.
Not only are you playing a dub from a celebrity, the dub delivered it to you. It delivered it to you. So we couldn't come back from that. And at the time, I don't think that Wyclef understood what he did. You know what I mean? I think that at the time, his understanding of it was that this would just be a nice hype. Everybody respects David, including us, right? And David playing my song in a Soundclash would be a wicked thing, right? But he didn't understand what was on the line.
The impact
And what was on the line. Mighty Crown just won World Clash. They just beat Kilimanjaro, and there's a doubt on whether it was luck, or can they go the full distance? And there was just so much on the line at that time. We didn't need no interruption from him.
I remember that dance so
yes,
well.
we needed to prove that pound for pound we could. Knock it, Rodigan, knock it, we knock it back, but he interfered with that. I'm saying all of that to say that we've been friends ever since.
Yeah, it's kind of like things that come around full circle.
Yes, once he understood, like, oh wow, maybe I shouldn't have got involved in that. The funny story was that we clashed Rodigan weeks after.
Yep.
And by the time we clashed Rodigan, Clef gave us the dubs, right? And I know that David was planning to play the dub because, of course, that was a big bomb. And I know that when he heard Crown played in the first round, he was like, oh, wow, these guys, and then we ended up winning that one. So it's sound system culture, and this is what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be energy. There's supposed to be surprise. It's supposed to be a level of creativity. There's supposed to be excitement from the audience. There's supposed to be preparation from the people on stage that's performing. This is what the culture is. And once you take away these elements, you lose the culture.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Who would ever think that sound system culture would be so big that Wyclef would walk into a dance to deliver a dub? And we're not talking about in New York. New York is the big city. We're not talking about Miami, which is the big city. We're talking about Connecticut.
Yep.
Hartford, Connecticut, which some people will look at it, Connecticut, that, you know what I mean? And for him to take that showed the impact of the culture at that time. And I won't say that, that would be the first time that like rappers and other artists have come to our culture to take it in. Addies was really good with that too. And some of the Brooklyn sounds had some of the, the hardcore rappers coming in to kind of just soak in the vibe. My argument will always be that why can't we still have that? You know what I mean? Why are we letting that impact just melt away? Why do we do that? We have something that we didn't have to go to them; they were coming to us, right? So why are we going to them?
Yep.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, true.
It don't make sense because I see a whole culture, an American culture, and I'm sure for people in the UK and other places, it's the same thing, right? That comes from our culture, our soundboy culture. Some people like to call it soundman culture, soundboy culture. We have inspired so much.
Reggae interviews. Word sound power.